Mike is just signing in.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just get us started and then I'll hand it over to you, Hanny. Uh, Hello. I just want to say hello to everyone because I know some folks on this call, but I don't know everyone. If I haven't met you, my name is Alice, and I assist Councillor Leeper with the planning and development files for Kitchissippi. And as I noted, we have Hanny here tonight. Hanny is the owner and the builder of this property, and he has his site super Lionel on the call with us, and his general contractor Mike is going to chime in any second now. I assume everyone on the call is familiar with the development plan for the site, but seeing as it has been a while since the site plan was approved for it, I just want to quickly remind people of what has been approved, and that's the construction of a four-story apartment building with 15 dwelling units. In terms of tonight and the format of the meeting, I'm hoping that we'll hear about things like timeline information for each stage of construction, truck access routes, construction staging, and any anticipated impacts to sidewalks and roadways, and ongoing communication. And with that, I also hope that we'll hear about who residents can call on site if there's an issue, especially after hours, because unfortunately sometimes that seems to be when those things happen. And also, just having said all this, I just want to remind everyone that we're here tonight to talk about the construction going forward, and we're not going to be revisiting what's been approved or what's gone on in that process. So after Hanny and his contractor provide us with some information, we'll jump into an open Q&A afterwards where folks can ask further questions. But before we shift gears, I just want to note two minor housekeeping things. The meeting is being recorded, and I will post on the Kitchissippi Ward YouTube channel in a few days. So for anyone that can't make it tonight, if you have some neighbors that wanted to be here and they can't make it, or if folks want to go back and watch it again, it'll be up there. And if you can't find the link, just send an email to our office at jeff.leaper@ottawa.ca. Or you can just search Kitchissippi Ward on YouTube and you should be able to find it. As we're a smaller group, I see there are about 11 of us on the call right now. We will take verbal questions afterwards, but I would ask that folks use the raise hand function to indicate that you'd like to ask a question. And also, if you don't want to ask one verbally, just feel free to use the chat feature. And also, if you're uncomfortable being on camera and being recorded, please feel free to turn off it off on the bottom left hand side of your screen. So with that, Hanny, I'm going to hand things over to you. If you and Mike and Lionel, I don't know how you want to do it, just talk about the various things that I've just mentioned, and then we'll open it up to a Q&A.
Okay, so my name is Hani Georgi. I'm the owner of the property. I've been trying to develop this property for a number of years now. Now it's started to come to existence, hopefully very soon. There were delays during the course of the past year or so. But luckily now we are pushing ahead. I hired Mr. Mike Glazer, who is my project manager, and also Lionel, who will be acting as the site super. They're both very experienced in construction management, and Mike owns Encore Steel, which is a steel fabricating shop in Ottawa, and he's been doing that for how long, Mike?
A long time, 12 years at Encore Steel, but I've been doing construction for like 45.
There you go. And yeah, so we started back in October demolishing the property. We thought that we can pour the foundation and leave it through the winter, but that didn't happen. So we decided to start fresh and after the winter is over. there was a few things that we had to straighten up with in terms of um, the plans, and we wanted to get all the trades in line because we missed the boat last year, and we didn't want to miss the boat again. So now we almost have everybody in line, and we're gonna start working. I don't know, Mike. When are we gonna start pouring? Um,
Well, we're gonna start some more excavation next week. A little bit more rock breaking and getting ready for the foundations. And the foundation's probably gonna start in about 2 weeks after that.
so we still have some more rock cramming to do, right? Yeah,
Yes,
but minimal,
we do.
right?
Rock breaking probably 3 or 4 days of that. Probably next week, all of next week, really.
Okay.
So that's gonna create a little bit of noise and things going on, but we should be able to finish that off in around a week, depending on the weather.
Okay. So our goal here is to have a closed building before winter. We're
Yeah.
hoping to have that before winter, closed, sealed, you know, um, building before the first before winter comes.
Yeah, we want to get the walls done and the windows and the roof on before it snows.
Yes.
Then we'll be working inside in the winter, and then probably doing the brick and the siding outside in the spring.
In the springtime, yeah.
So ultimately, what's like what is the total projected time frame for the project in terms of?
So you're about a year start to finish.
So basically next July, you're hoping to be finished?
Yeah, something like that, June or July next year.
Once we have a building up, you know, and sealed, I think it can go fast from there. But you know,
Yeah, and then also there'd be like minimal disruption after that. Like once it's sealed in, then all the work will be on the inside, really.
yes, yes.
So as far as the neighborhood or whatever, like the most impact would be during the rock breaking and then the foundations at the beginning. And once we're past that, then they have little or no impact on the street or the.
Mhm.
Hanny got rented the property beside it from Hydro. So all the deliveries and the cranes and everything will be there, and they won't be on the road.
So we're gonna keep the road clear, you know, except when we do the trenching, there will be two trenches dug to connect the services, and then we're gonna seal them. We're gonna, you know, close them up and pave the road, and that's it. I think this is what's gonna happen to the street itself. Um, other than that, we're gonna be other than, you know, the normal traffic. We have the parking. We have the property next to us, the Hydro one. We're gonna use. We're using it for the site office and you know, vehicle parking as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the only real disruption I think to the road would be during the site services, the sewer and the water and the gas. Connecting that, that's probably like a 2-week process.
So Hanny, in terms of you know, if the neighbors need to contact someone in the next year
So
when this is
I
all
have
going
my
on.
phone number. My phone number is there. Also, there is Lionel's. Lionel is present, and Mike Laser also is. We can share
Yeah, we
all
can
these
give
phone
you
numbers.
all of our phone numbers, and Lionel will be on site every day from like 7 until 3 or 7 till 4. So if there's an actual issue, like during the day when something happens, you could contact him because he's right there. But like I'm available 24/7 on my cell. If there's an issue.
Okay. So, how about just in terms of logistics, can you guys, do you mind sharing your numbers with me and then I can share them with the neighbors? Because I think I have all the email contact info for folks on this call.
Yeah. Have you got your phone number as well? I don't know if you could email that to us or do you just want to go through email?
You can just go through email in terms of
Okay.
my contact.
But
Yeah.
sometimes we
Okay.
need to speak to you promptly. So is this the way you communicate? Only email? We cannot call you?
No, you can leave a voice message on our office inbox, but just to
But
be
there's no
clear,
phone
like,
number. There's no
pardon me,
phone number.
I'll give you the number. But it's not a 24/7 call center.
And
We
we're
don't.
not 24/7 either.
I realize that, but if there is a problem, if something's happening after like at 7 o'clock at night, which things have happened before, residents are gonna need a contact number.
Yeah,
That's
well,
Well, we're gonna share
you
our
could
phone
call me
numbers.
at that point, but yeah. Most of most of the work is during the day, so there's like at night we're just going to be locked up and that's it, right?
Hmm.
So, but I can just give you my number now is the easiest way. Probably it's 613-720-4130.
Okay.
And
Go
then
ahead.
maybe Lionel, can you give him your cell number? But Lionel would be during the day, like the 7 to 4 type time.
Okay.
343-552-2299.
I just want to read that back. 343-552-2299. Okay.
That's correct.
Great. Thank you.
And
Thanks.
my number, you have my number?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, so it's 343
Mm-hmm.
961
Yeah.
3893.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I think we're a pretty small group. I think I'm just gonna open it up to a chat now for neighbors to ask questions, which I'm sure there are some. Who would like to get us started? Cheryl, please go ahead. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Okay, so I'll just jump in until other
Yeah.
people get their hand up. So one of the issues will be when you're pouring cement, because I know that there'll be quite a bit of cement when you're doing your forming at least. So the trucks are going to be lined up, I would assume, on Carruthers right in front of the property. So that would then block the road unless you take away the parking on the opposite side of the street. But I understand the bike lane is also going in there at the same time. Is it, Alice? I saw some emails about that, the contraflow bike lane that's on Carruthers. So I'm just wondering about all of that to make sure that it doesn't block the road for hours at a time while the cement trucks are coming and unloading their cement.
Okay.
Well, I think when we're pouring the cement, it'll be through a concrete pump, and the pump will be parked on the hydro property, and the
Right.
truck themselves will probably, you're correct, that probably one truck would be waiting on the road at all times, but it would be over to one side, and there'd still be enough room for the cars to go by.
We could advise,
The only time the road would be like completely closed or mostly closed would be during the site service part.
but we could advise the trucks too. So if we got them into the pump, we could tell the truck that they can stay somewhere else. And when we're ready, they could be called to the pump. I've done that quite a bit in the past.
Okay, because I think there's only basically one lane of parking and one lane of driving. It's a narrow road.
Yeah.
Almost two
So,
lanes. There's two
yeah.
lanes of driving if you had to. You could do it.
Okay, so they
But
will park
it's a one-way
far
street,
enough
so
on the west that cars can still get by them.
Yeah. Because I could tuck a truck in on the left down closer to the site too, and they won't be on the road.
Okay, so as long as there's still a lane of traffic,
Yeah,
that's I
which
think the important thing.
I'll maintain that.
Okay,
By
good.
the way, there is a lot of the construction on Carruthers further down,
Mm-hmm.
and I drove there. Sometimes during their there was multiple trucks parked, and the street was going fine. There's one time that they actually were using the stop sign, like they had a direction, a person doing the directional,
Traffic control.
and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't, yeah, the traffic control, and it didn't take more than a couple of minutes, and we were going fine. There's nothing wrong, and it was a big truck. It was a concrete truck. It was delivering cement to the Carruthers, and is it Ladouceur, the street there, that corner?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
And
no
before
different
that,
than
there was another property being developed as well. Before that, on the right, same side as us, and everything was fluid, And when they need to do a traffic control, it doesn't take more than maybe 5, 6 minutes, 10 minutes maximum. I didn't stop more than a couple of minutes, and they were
but
so
it's
courteous and very polite people, so it's fine.
but it's no different than today, Henny. When I
Yeah.
left the site, there's a City of Ottawa garbage truck that
Hmm.
I didn't get up to Richmond Road or Wellington. It took me almost 25 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh, but it's the
So
city of Ottawa. We cannot. We can.
no, but what I'm saying is that those garbage trucks causes a lot of delays also in that
Oh
area.
yes, for sure, for sure.
We
So
know that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
we've been complaining about that for years, but got no resolution on that as well. But yes, if you could be just as courteous as possible and make sure that a car can get by would be
yeah,
wonderful. Because I
yeah.
know that when you're pouring cement, it's sort of a continuous thing. And yeah.
Well,
So yes,
that's
please.
why we leased the property next door to make things more fluid, right?
That's good.
Yeah. Good news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicola, did you want to go ahead and ask a question?
Sure, yeah. Hi. So I'm a resident of 177 Carruthers, just across the street from the site. And my primary concern is just noise. So if you could just give us a sense of like how noise will change over the construction phase and like what segments might be the noisiest. Obviously, next week with the resumption of excavation, I assume that'll be quite loud, but is there anything else kind of, we should be preparing for or keeping in mind?
It's gonna be the same as before, honestly. But the amount of excavation that we need to do is very limited. So we only need to excavate for the elevator pit and some other spots as well. But and when I got an approximate time from the excavator, who's not doing the job, by the way, he said maybe 2 full days, 2 to 3 full days, maximum. Which I doubt. I even doubt that's going to be that long. But to be on the safe side, you know, maybe 2 3 days. That's it. The problem, the issue here is not only the ramming but also the trenching of the street. That
Okay,
will
yeah.
take maybe a week or so
Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm getting at, like post
from
excavation, which
start to finish.
okay, a week or so for trenching. And when is trenching
Nicola?
supposed to take place?
Hannah, you're frozen. To me anyway. I don't know if anyone else seen that.
Wasn't sure if it was me or him.
Yeah. Mike or Lionel, do you know the answer to that question about when the trenching will take place?
I honestly don't know right yet, not until we get the contract signed by Annie and that.
Okay. Okay.
But I guess we can safely assume that'll be kind of a loud phase of the project. Obviously, excavation.
Well, it shouldn't be too
General.
bad because I would imagine when the city put in the sewers originally, they broke a lot of rock. So right now we may end up finding a lot of GA in that spots, right? So it might make it a lot easier. Depending on what we find in that, again, it's a mystery, right? That's why they call it, it was called Cave Street, right? Because of all the rock.
Hmm.
So,
Nicola, for what it's worth, in my experience, just in dealing with this type of work, definitely the excavation part is without a doubt the most disruptive. And as you probably know, living where you're living, and yeah, things obviously will be noisy afterwards, but it won't be like it is with the excavation. We find that once things get above ground, things are quieter.
I won't start. There's nothing going to start until 7 o'clock. I do know the bylaw. I've been down that road 101 times. And if we start into a project, we get going, and I'm going to keep going, so it'll be finished. So instead of carrying into the next day, so it may be some long days that you'll see us and hear us, but it won't. It's not going to be purposely, but like it could happen, right? Because
No, and
again, you don't know what you're finding in the ground.
Mhm.
of course,
That's
I appreciate it. No, I've never lived across the street from a construction project, so
yeah,
learning as I go too.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, I've got a question in the chat. I'll read it out. After removing the trees on the south side of the property, the existing fence is currently floating and the foundation of 188 has been exposed in place. With an additional week of excavation, we are concerned about foundation damage and the fence collapsing. What can be done to mitigate this?
The foundation isn't damaged. It's where the root of the tree was. That's the topsoil that came out. I was up there 3 or 4 times. I stayed there. The fence, I got it stabilized, but that fence, and again, Hanny would have to jump in with it. We will have to take that fence down because with the foundations are going to be so close, and we're going to have to mitigate before we break the rock there because we're going to be because our foundations at one point are only 110 mil off of the property line. That's only 4 inches. So you gotta, that's why when we took the tree down, we tried our best, but that stump came out. It wasn't planned that way, but we got the fence secured. It's not going to fall down, and there is a foundation right now too. It might be 2.5 feet. That's all down to because the rock is so high there. So I presume that house, again, I didn't get to speak to the owners or nothing, but I presume that house does not have uh, a basement also. Am I correct?
I don't know. I'm just reading this question. If
Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, that I'm the owner of the house. There is no basement in that house. You're correct. There's just a crawl space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now that house, I'm surprised you don't have a lot of ant problems. You got 2 sections of siding
Yeah.
buried in the ground. I'm real surprised that you don't. It surprises me. That's a no-no. Like, like why they bought up that topsoil so high in that area does not make sense. And again, however they built that fence, I don't know who built it, but I'd be embarrassed to say that I built it because that's not something. I don't know how it stood up there that long. I'll be honest with you.
Because there's no hole in the ground, idiot.
Pardon? What was that?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Stephen, did you want to ask another question? And if not, I think maybe what I'm going to suggest is maybe you and Hanny connect offline to speak to the fence issue and any other questions directly related to your property line there. Anyone else? Just looking for raised hands.
Hanny just emailed. They got cut off, Alice.
Okay, let me bear with me, folks. Let me have a look at my email.
Hanny and Mike got cut off.
Okay, he said, I don't know what happened. I can't sign in. I'll Okay, I'll have to send the invite. Sorry, folks, one sec.
While you're doing that, Alice, maybe I can just, Lionel, if you could make sure that you get appropriate signage up, so that the sidewalk is closed, at both ends of the street, etc. That's a big thing that we try to push for in the community, and a lot of contractors don't do it very well, and others do it quite well. But just so that you sign the sidewalk so that people know that it's closed at each end of the block
Yeah,
would be
but I'm
great.
not on the side, I'm not on the sidewalk. I'm not allowed to do that.
Is the sidewalk going to be open while you're working?
Yes, it is. I just got the fence and we got it fenced in. If I get into the sidewalk, I will do that. But as the city bylaw, I gotta be on that sidewalk to close it. I've tried that before in the past, and trust me, it wasn't in my favor.
Even when you're pouring cement and
No, I
stuff?
won't be, because I'll be back in the backside. I won't be on the sidewalk pouring concrete from the sidewalk.
Okay, well, that's good to know
Yeah,
that
that's
the
the plan.
sidewalk's going to remain open. That's
That's
great.
the plan. That's my
Because when the
plan.
excavator was there the other day, I was there Monday. I mean, the dump truck was on the sidewalk and the excavator was on the
Just
sidewalk.
come up at the hole. That's all. When we came up at the hole, I was with that truck. I was on the road. I was making sure traffic could get through. So I made sure everything was fine.
But you were on the sidewalk because I
Yes,
got a
because
picture of it.
we had to get up out of the hole. There's no other way than coming up on the
Okay,
sidewalk.
so you won't be on the sidewalk after this, though.
Well, I hope not. But again,
Okay,
it could be times that we may be that on it, but we're not going to be there full time.
okay. But if you're there for an extended period of time, please put up the
Yes, I
signage.
will. There is
Okay.
signage on the ACL. It's got signage on each side. They actually got
Saying
signage.
sidewalk is closed,
Yeah, they had it up.
but that's
ACL.
for their project.
They had the whole line right up the whole street was up there. I went up. I walked it.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
unless they got it taken down, but they shouldn't, or I say they shouldn't, but they may have their work done because they had the road closed the other day for quite a while up at the next intersection.
okay.
People were going down the opposite side to get out off of Carruthers. So I almost seen 3 accidents because of that.
Okay.
And if we got to back a truck down that road, we'll back it down, but I'll take them, or by then I'll have a laborer here with me, and then one of us will take a truck out and we'll do it safely, not to injure nobody. It's not my intent. I work very safe. I'm pretty anal over safety. So I'm not gonna and I'm not gonna do something that's gonna hurt somebody. I will not. So
Good to hear. Okay, I see we have another question in the chat, and it's a request for the team to be more communicative about additional distractions. This week, it was a surprise to us that digging was during the day. So, Henny, I'm not sure, and maybe we can talk about this after. A good way to communicate with folks, like this is what I've found with other projects, is often the developer has an email list of the neighbors, and sometimes they send out, bi-weekly updates to give people a heads up, like what's going to be going on in the next 2 weeks, that kind of thing. I find that people, just it's really helpful when people have a heads up as to, what's going to be going on, especially I know a lot of people there work at home. So I think people would like to, if they get a heads up, they might make arrangements to go elsewhere to work that day, that kind of thing. Oh, Henny, I think you're on mute.
No, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
No, I got disconnected. I don't know. My internet dropped.
Yeah. That's okay. We hear you now.
We're gonna do the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do the best we can. If there's any changes to the schedules or any disruptions that we foresee, Mike will know better than me because he's more hands-on on this, and of course Lionel as well. But we're gonna do the best we can. The last thing that we want to do is interrupt anybody's work or upset anybody. We want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be happy that they're getting a new building in their neighborhood. And you know, and we're trying to improve the neighborhood, right? And sometimes there's um, out of out of our how do you call it there? I lost my word.
That's okay.
Out of our control.
Out of our control, and but we'll try to keep everybody informed in a timely fashion. That's it.
Okay. So how about this? For folks that are on the line, how if everyone would like to receive email updates from Hanny and his team, how about you send me your email address and I'll put together a list and I'll pass it on to Hanny. Hanny, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with anything that makes them happy. So,
okay.
Provided that we don't stop construction.
Yeah. No, actually, I find, the more info everyone has, just, in terms of, information sharing and giving people a heads up, it just, it just makes things go easier. No matter how noisy and disruptive things are, it helps
problem.
people.
And we will see you on these emails, so you're in the loop as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because sometimes I get questions from people, next street over, 3 blocks over, and they're not on the chain. So yeah, being kept in the loop is great for me too. It helps make my job easier as well. So
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah. Good. Okay, I am not seeing any more raised hands. I'll just give people another second to see if there are any last thoughts. And I'm not seeing anything, and I don't see anything in the chat. And given that we've been on the call for 40 minutes, and it is mid-July, I know people want to enjoy their summer. So with that, I do want to say thanks very much, Hanny and Lionel and Mike, for joining us tonight and making the time. I really appreciate it, and I know the neighbors do. And if any questions come up after this meeting, folks can reach out to me and I will connect you with Hanny. And again, I will happily put together a list of emails, and we can get a list to Hanny, including mine, and be kept in the loop that way going forward. And just a reminder, this is being recorded and will go up on the Kitchen Board YouTube channel in a few days.
Is it voice and video?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't comb my hair.
That's okay. You look good. Okay, everyone, I'm going to let you go. Thanks again to all of you. Have a good evening, and thanks for attending. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All the best. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.